Hi angels, welcome to Earth Angel Energy. I'm the Earth Angel and today I'm bringing you another pick a card reading, and today's topic is how do people view you right now? So the people who know you, the people around you, how are they viewing you right now? And I have 3 piles for you. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So go ahead and take a second, see which pile resonates with you, and we can go ahead and get started. Hi, pile 1. So if you choose the first pile, then this is your reading on how do people view you right now, the people around you, the people who know you. How are they viewing you right now? So I'm seeing there's a level of tranquility to your energy here, but I'm definitely seeing some serious boundaries here. Now, I feel like with the 6 of Cups, there's kind of this energy of people kind of knowing where they stand with you. You're giving off a very loving energy, someone very successful, someone who kind of has all their ducks in a row. I feel like you give people this feeling of confidence in you. I feel like everyone around you has a lot of confidence in you, but there is kind of this feeling of if you've pulled back from people, if you're kind of keeping a distance with certain people, they're aware of it. It's not really giving me an energy of anything wrong with you, but people kind of feeling like there's a little bit of a distance with you. I don't feel like that's the case for everyone. But once again, we have the 2 of Swords and the 7 of Wands here. So quietly, but still very definitively a bit defensive. Honestly, not in a bad way though, but it's kind of like you're not going to tell someone, I don't really want to talk to you. I don't really want to hang out with you. Or, I don't really feel that close with you. You'll still be friendly. You'll still be polite. But there's definitely this feeling of like keep your distance a little bit. Now, once again, there's a strong feeling of like prosperity and abundance and just general peace and happiness around you. I'm not really getting this feeling that anybody sees you as like unhappy. There's really no sadness here, no bitterness or anything. It's almost like, let me protect my peace. Let me protect my prosperity here. I do feel like there's people who want to be closer to you right now, but definitely this feeling of kind of the cards are in your hands when it comes to connecting with people. Yeah, in terms of the elements of your life, they feel like everything looks really good. You look like things are going well for you. Things are progressing nicely. You seem stable. You seem content. You could have love in your life or have select people in your life who you're really comfortable with. But there's a strong feeling of people kind of seeing, I'll be honest, like a good, nice person that they like in their life, distancing themselves from them a little bit. This is not everybody, but I feel like you know who this is and they know who they are too. Let's get some more. Yeah, 5 of Swords. There's this feeling of defeat, like feeling defeated. Because I do think ultimately a lot of people around you in your life really like you. There's this feeling of you bringing a lot of success, a lot of stability, a lot of happiness, a lot of good times. Now, if you haven't put boundaries with people, if you're on pretty good standing with people, there's just this really strong energy of like, I'm glad that I have them in my life. Like, I see a lot of gratitude for you being in people's lives here. Yeah, strength. But for some of you, in some aspect of your life, you're standing on business here. But it's more subtle. It's like I don't see you like cussing anybody out. I don't even really see you telling anybody off, but it's kind of like they're taking a step back from me or this connection, this friendship, this relationship. Like they would just rather not have me around. There's kind of that feeling of some people feeling like you just don't really want to be close to them right now. And it's not coming from a place of like hardship for you. Like your life seems good. It's just like, I just don't want to be close to you right now, whoever these people are. Yeah, the Magician and the 8 of Cups. Okay, if this is really resonating for you, I do feel like there's some people who definitely, there's people who feel like they've kind of brought this upon themselves. You do have some people like really thinking about their actions here. 9 of Wands, yeah. You are a bit of a beacon to the people around you. I'm not going to lie. I don't think you realize how much people really admire you. But I think it's because you have these core tenets of being someone like successful, but also loving, wise, stable. Like this is someone that I think a lot of people would admire. And if you feel like this kind of person doesn't like you or wants to keep a distance from you, I can see how it would kind of sting a little bit. I'm getting this stinging feeling. Like if there's people that you're distancing or kind of keeping at a distance, it's like this painful feeling of like, oh gosh, like they're so nice, they're, so smart, I like them so much, and they don't want to be around me, or they don't want to talk to me anymore, or we're not as close as we used to be. Yeah, Hermit. You could be isolating a little bit here. 8 of Pentacles, but once again, it's like this feeling of you don't seem... It's not giving me that feeling of someone who's isolated and is like, I have no one and I have nothing. Like, nothing, not at all. It's kind of like, hey, I just kind of got things to do. You seem very loved. You seem very loving. Yeah, but it's kind of like you have a cup of love for the love in your life, for the goodness in your life, for the people around you that you like having in your life. But for everybody else, it's kind of like, a little bit of keep your distance here. You're seeming very confident, very attractive. You're making things happen in your life. Yeah, Knight of Swords. But once again, there's this continuous feeling of like forging ahead. People feel like you're doing really well in life in terms of achieving your goals, making progress in your life, maintaining stability, looking good, feeling good. All that checks out really nicely. But still this feeling of like, some of you need to keep your distance. And some of you don't even need to say it here. Especially if you've said it to somebody, though. They're like shook, yeah. There's definitely some people who are actually really feeling not very good about this energy that you might be in with them right now. But I feel like you have good reason. Yeah. Knight of Swords again. And the Star. You know what you're really not giving me? You're not giving me a doormat energy at all. Not at all. And you're not going to be rude about things, but like, say for instance, if you were like close with somebody and then they just do something kind of terrible, I don't feel like you're going to be like, don't talk to me, get away from me, da-da-da. You're just going to calmly move away from that person. If they try to message you, you'll be like, oh yeah, no, I'm doing good, but I'm busy. Just that kind of energy of just like, no, no. Yeah. Once again, you have a bit of a poker face right now. It's a happy poker face. It's a tranquil poker face. Yeah. Page of Wands. Yeah. There's people who feel burdened by the fact that they feel like they're not really going to get much from you. And I mean that in terms of like access, attention, connection. I feel like you're being, for the people that you don't really want to be that close with right now, you're keeping things very surface level, very simple, curt, to the point. And this is very burdensome for some people. I'm sorry, some people definitely feel like you've pulled way back. And I feel like for you, Pawan, especially, I see this energy quite a bit, and I think it's a nice energy. This is honestly an energy that I usually try to employ in these kind of situations too. I keep things pretty status quo with people, but I'll just not talk to you as much. Or I'll just, if we were going to do something and you do something that really just makes me feel like I don't want to be close to you, be like, oh no, sorry, I can't do it anymore. Or no, sorry, I'm busy. Like just, and you're very much giving me that energy. But I feel like some people are struggling because I do see a lot of people really like you and really admire you. And that's just kind of the core of the energy, it seems. Those people who are just like successful and you really admire them, you think they're a great person, and it feels so nice to be close to them. But when you feel like they don't like you anymore, it's like, oh gosh, what did I do? Like this really nice, successful, or kind, generous person doesn't want to be close to me anymore. Like, what's wrong with me? Yeah, 4 of Pentacles, you're really holding back. But once again, look at this 4 of Pentacles. Look at the expression. Like, she's like smiling. She's chilling. She's sitting there like just, yeah. Like, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, Justice. 4 of Swords and the Justice. I think you have very, very good reasons for pulling back or holding back on some people here. So continue. I do feel like a lot of the assumptions about you right now is that you're doing well. You know, you're happy, you're content, you're stable. But there is definitely this feeling of having some pretty strong boundaries with some individuals. And I'm not gonna lie, these people are feeling very burdened by this. I think, if I'm honest, there's quite a few people who place a lot of value on like being in your good graces or thinking that you have like a positive view of them. Like they felt good to think that you liked them. And there's some people who feel like you don't quite like them anymore. And yeah, Chariot, the Sun, and the Empress. You're handling it like an Empress once again, but they kind of view you as, with the Chariot and the Sun and the Empress, like once again, it's like not really saying, but showing. You seem happy, you seem content, you're moving forward in life, but you don't see some people the same. You don't feel the same about some people, and you kind of have to walk a little bit more decisively with some people. The interesting thing, once again, with the Empress is I feel like there's some people who feel like you look down on them. But the weird thing is I feel like they, through their actions, through their behaviors, they feel pretty low right now. And I feel like they do still look up to you. But I think it really took you actually drawing those boundaries to cause that shift, if that makes sense for you. That's what I have for you, Pile 1. Really interesting dynamics going on here. Ultimately, really good for you, but I'm definitely seeing those boundaries, and I'm definitely seeing those shifts that I think are challenging for some people around you. That's what I have for you. Ultimately, I'm also saying like the general stuff, attractiveness with that Empress, finances looking good. I do see with the Ace of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords, there is a bit of an assumption that if you are going through things, you're not really upfront about it, or you just kind of power through it. And especially for some of you, if you have a relationship with God, there's also this feeling of you really relying on God to get you through things, and He does. But yeah, ultimately, the biggest dynamic I'm saying here is you look good, you look successful, you look happy and content with your life. And that includes maybe distancing yourself from some people that you used to be a little bit closer with. That's what I have for you, Pile 1. I hope this resonated. I hope this was helpful for you. You can feel free to check out one of the other piles if you're curious. You can check out my Patreon if you want to support me there. And of course, you can always book a personal reading with me if you'd like me to read the energy in your situation. Thank you so much, Pile 1. I really hope this was helpful for you. And until I see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and God bless you. Hi, Pile 2. So if you choose a second pile, then this is your reading on how are people viewing you right now. Okay, so in terms of how you're looking, I'm seeing stable, loving, loved. There's a very nice, warm energy around you in terms of the way that people see you. However, with the Patience in reverse, which is my Hanged Man card in this deck, there's a bit of a feeling with the Hermit of kind of taking a step back from people, or taking a step back in some way. Like you're doing well, you're comfortable. There's still a lot of integrity and love and positivity in your energy. So people see you as someone who's kind, who's generous, someone who's stable, someone who I think a lot of people have a lot of faith in with the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is someone who's always good, who always delivers here. But with the Patience in reverse and the Hermit, kind of this energy of you losing your patience with people and kind of taking a step back here. There's a little bit of isolation that I'm seeing. Now with the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Cups, it's giving me a bit of an energy of just kind of letting things go and conceding a little bit. I'm not saying a whole lot of anger, but it's more like there's people or situations in your life that you've just let go. There's really no anger. I don't see any rage or anything like that. It's just, I need to go my own way. I feel like there's glimmers of optimism in you for sure. But I'm just getting that feeling. It's like, not hopeless, but kind of, if there's anything that's not part of your path, if there's anything that's not on your journey, you're just kind of letting it be where it is. Now, this could be people who feel a little bit of this cold energy from you. There could be some people who want to either extend themselves or reconcile, apologize. But it feels very much kind of like you've moved on. Most of your energy is being poured into yourself. Maybe you have some goals, some dreams. If you have people that you're close to or something that you're working on, really all of your energy is centralized there. I'm curious with this Hanged Man in reverse. Yeah, with the Four of Cups, with the Ten of Pentacles. There's a level of rejecting someone or something here. I'm curious with we have the Four of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, okay. So once again, you're stable. For some of you, you're in a relationship or you have good, strong relationships around you. But once again, yeah, there's this rejection of someone or something. Yeah, Seven of Wands. There's definitely people feeling quietly rejected by you right now. King of Pentacles, yeah. Just choosing what you want to invest in, choosing what you want to pour your energy into. Nine of Cups. And once again, the way that they're viewing you, people who are around you, I'm even getting people who don't really know you too well, but just the way that you carry yourself, you seem to do very well. You look comfortable, you look happy, you look confident, you look stable. But there is this energy of not being accessible to all people. And in some ways, lifting yourself up above certain energies. There's this weird kind of conflict happening here with the Five of Pentacles to the Seven of Wands. So there's a bit of an energy around you where I'm getting this like one side versus the other side kind of energy here. I don't know if you have friends, family, people in your community, but there's a strong energy of you lifting yourself up. I'm seeing someone walking with their head held high here. Someone confident, someone strong, someone assured. But also someone in some ways who's kind of lost patience with people, places, or things. Not announcing it, but people can feel it. Nine of Pentacles with the Moon here and the Justice. There's this mysterious energy I'm getting too, where I think there's a lot of uncertainty for people around you right now. And something about the way that you carry yourself, it's like you know that you're going to be okay. There's this feeling when people look at you or when people are either interacting with you or thinking about you, you look like you know something that they don't. And why? Because I think a lot of people around you are feeling very uncertain, very afraid, regardless of kind of where they are in life. Even if they kind of feel like, oh, things are going in the direction I want it to go. Or if they feel like, life is kind of turning in their favor, there's still this feeling of, I don't feel secure in myself. I don't feel secure in my future. And there's something about the way that you carry yourself, your energy, where you do seem that way. King of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Six of Wands. I'll be honest. You're coming through in the beginning as the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. So this is someone who's kind, good manners, warm, friendly. But then we end on this Hermit energy. Look how dark it is. Look how cold it is. You're not rude. You're not unkind, but there's a coldness to your energy now that I think is confusing people. And it's not a fearful cold. It's this knowing that you seem to have right now, this peace, this assurance that I think is kind of throwing people off. King of Swords, again, cold energy. but confident, self-assured. Page of Swords. Whether you know it or not, people are watching you and paying attention to you. I don't know if that makes sense for you, where I'll just give an example, in my country, here in the United States, there's just sort of taking the temperature that I'm noticing out and about. And certain people are expecting certain people to be fearful or depressed or afraid, and I'm just not seeing that. I personally am not feeling that. And you can feel the discomfort. I think the energy you're in right now, whether it's people you don't know or people you do know, there's this feeling of you feeling elevated, you holding yourself in high esteem, and it's unnerving to people. I don't know why. 10 of Cups, like you're happy, you're content. The Fool, the Star, you're peaceful, you're at ease, you're walking with your head held high. Ace of Swords with the Empress. Now the Ace of Swords and the Empress is kind of an unstoppable energy here. 9 of Pentacles, just very abundant, stable, no fear. Moon, but why? That's what I keep getting, this energy with the Justice. Ten of Cups, and again, the Moon Queen, the High Priestess, this secret energy, this hidden energy. I'm kind of getting this for you. Once again, it's this, that's why the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles and the High, okay. So the Hanged Man upright is usually, seeing things from a different perspective, kind of the key turning, figuring something out, having that epiphany. But the Hanged Man in reverse, this could be somebody who hasn't quite figured it out yet. Why are you so happy? Why do you seem so content? Why aren't you afraid? 8 of Wands. With the World. And the Magician. And the Two of Swords. Okay, so especially for you, pile 2, and I hope this is resonating for you. I mean, honestly, no matter where you are in the world, there's a whole lot of uncertainty right now. But there's something about you not speaking. There's something about you, if you do speak, it's very simple, very to the point. Let the cards fall where they may kind of energy. I will be fine, but will you be? That's what your energy says. I'm not afraid. Are you? That's what your energy says. King of Swords, once again, I'm not afraid. But look, 7 of Swords and the Page of Wands. 10 of Swords with the 9 of Cups. Very kind of intense energy we're coming through here already, but look. King of Swords is watching deception, heartbreak, a half-baked idea that leads to a lot of pain and hardship. So this could be friends and family who are walking down a bad path. This could be people around you who are walking down a bad path. There's something here about those who are in good standing with you, those who still have that nice, comfortable energy with you. There's that flow, there's that back and forth. I feel like the people who are actually close to you right now that you have good connections with at the moment just see you as somebody not only who's stable, loving, but also someone who is looking in the face of uncertainty with a lot of strength and peace that I think is actually very reassuring for them. But there are people who, whether you say it, whether they just feel your energy, whether the way that you look at them or the things that you're not saying to them, they know that you disapprove of them right now. But it's the way you're doing it. You're not saying a whole lot. For some of you, you're not saying anything at all, and it's unnerving. Eight of Cups. It's like, let them walk. Let them do what they want to do. For some reason, I feel like for both the people in your life and maybe people you don't know as well, there's this feeling of looking at you and somehow being able to gauge something because of that. What do I mean by that? Say, for instance, if you're the type of person who always gives people good advice, or you're really good at making predictions, or you say something and it comes true. Or perhaps some people base how they feel on how you're doing. Maybe some people need to feel like they're doing better than someone else, or they need to feel like someone who's different than them is afraid to feel good about themselves. And you're not giving them that. Something about you in times of uncertainty and difficulty, not responding the way people want you to. And it's unnerving, it's unsettling. People wanting you to look afraid, down and out, scared, but you're not. People wanting to argue with you and fight with you, but you don't argue back, you don't fight back. Why? What do you know that I don't know? I thought if I attacked you, tried to hurt you, that you would be down and out and I would be lifted up, but you're still up there and I'm still down here. Why? Because you do know something they don't know. Don't be afraid. I see prosperity for you. I see happiness for you. But I think you're really emanating an energy that I've been talking about for the past couple days. Let people choose what they want to choose. If people want to choose the path of destruction, thinking it's going to impact someone else, read your Bible. Everything you wish on other people will happen to you. You can let people make their own choices. You can let people choose the path that they want. But I think there's a whole lot of people around you who, because they're suffering in their own lives, want to see other people suffer. And for some reason, you're not suffering. And for people in this life who feel like, I can only succeed if somebody else is suffering, that if they're not suffering, then I'm suffering. If you're not suffering, it doesn't bode well for them. So don't walk through this life with fear. You know you're taken care of. You know you will be stable and abundant and happy. Walk with your head held high. Show them that you're not the recipient of bad energy. You get what you put out. You're putting out goodness, you're putting out prosperity and love. You will get that in return. Let them learn that lesson. That's what I have for you. Really interesting stuff, pile 2. In terms of the very basic energy, I'm saying that people see you as someone very abundant, very stable, doing very well in life. But there's a lot of complexity around it. There's a lot of complexity in the energy right now, so I hope I was able to read that for you effectively. I hope that made sense. It looks very, very good for you. But really, walk with courage and walk with confidence in this next new phase. That's what I have for you, pile 2. I do hope this resonated. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you enjoyed that. You can feel free to check out one of the other piles if you're curious. You can watch my Patreon if you want to support me there. And of course, you can always book a personal reading with me if you'd like me to read the energy in your situation. But thank you so much. And until I see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and God bless you. Hi, pile 3. So if you chose a third pile, then this is your reading on how are people viewing you right now, people who know you, people around you, how are they viewing you? So with this Ace of Cups, and I've been getting this Ace of Cups a lot, so very loving energy. There's something very loving about you, and I do think a lot of people have love for you. Now, with the Two of Wands and the Seven of Wands and the Six of Pentacles, I'm seeing a huge pullback on your energy, though. Like, you're really, any energy that you've been putting towards other people, other situations that maybe were not serving you or not benefiting you, I'm seeing a lot of investment in yourself here. So I feel like there's definitely people who feel like you've pulled back from them, you've stopped giving to them. You're really just investing in, it's not even giving me a selfish energy, honestly, with the Temperance here. I feel like you're just investing in fertile ground. So if you have friends and family who love you and support you, who are open-minded and share similar values, that's where you're putting your energy into the things that you love and the things that love you back. There's this, once again, so much balance. We have the Six of Pentacles and the Temperance. So no more arguing with people who don't want to listen to somebody else's opinion, right? No more giving to people who don't want to give back. I feel like you are being seen as very stable right now, very temperate, very like healthy mentally and physically as well. But if there's any energy of like defensiveness, or you've just totally walked away from that. If you used to argue with people, if you used to fight with people or anything like that, that's over. There's very much this radical acceptance that I'm really, really liking here. People do see you as very stable, very balanced. But I've been getting this energy for a lot of the collective, and I like it. I'm not surprised because I'm seeing a lot of it in this most recent cycle of people just letting things unfold. Letting the people around them make the choices they want to make and letting them learn from their own experiences. Once again, I just feel like I'm almost getting this energy of, once again, if there was any conflict, if you were like trying to convince people of things, fight people on things, get people to see reason or anything like that, it's just not a thing anymore. It's like the whole thing has just been blown out here. You're still operating in love, you're still operating in balance, but it's like, I'm letting it go. There's this letting go energy. But the interesting thing, and I've been picking up on this on the other two piles, if I'm honest, I think a lot of the collective is on a similar vibration. It's not like, I'm just going to let this go, forget it. It's just like, I'm letting it go, you know? I'm curious, let's get a little bit more. If you were like very overly generous with people in the past, whether it's time, energy, resources, that's just not a thing. Yeah, 10 of Wands here. Yeah. I feel like you were a bit burdened in the past, and that's just not, yeah. You don't want to fight people, you don't want to argue, it's just, I'm letting it go. I do see a lot of conflict. Yeah, let it go. I feel like also at the moment you could be even holding back from little like gestures from people. So if people are kind of trying to reach out to you or extend an olive branch, it's kind of like, no. Four of Wands, yeah, very balanced, very stable. It almost kind of feels like you're isolating your passion towards positive things. So say, for instance, you have that friend or that family member who just is always making bad decisions. You're not going to fight with them anymore. You know? It's just like, okay. King of Pentacles, so stable. For some of you, you could be in a nice relationship, or you could be building a nice relationship with someone in the future here. Magician. Very inwardly focused energy. Like, I'm just going to make sure me and my loved ones are good. The Star. Very much this energy of like, I wish everybody the best, you know. Five of Pentacles, but like, oh my gosh, yeah. And it's a big energy I've been seeing. It's not a bad energy at all. We've got the Five of Pentacles and the Death with the High Priestess, but you've ended some things with some people. Maybe you've said it explicitly, like, don't talk to me again, block them or something. Others of you have just kind of quietly, gently cut the cord. And this does not have to be romantic. It could be, but this could be friends, family, co-workers. Anybody who you feel like is bringing undue burdens, hardship, people who have really crazy ideas, people who are very hateful, cruel, malicious, just I'm done with it. Or people who condone that. And this is so important. 6 of Swords and the 9 of Pentacles. Moving away from that. Moving away from that toxicity towards a more stable, abundant, happy lifestyle. This is so important. And this, honestly, it's different iterations. It's coming through in different contexts. But this is the energy I'm getting for all the piles. Truly. And it doesn't really matter, where you are in terms of your ideology, your beliefs, anything like that. God will see to that accordingly. But I am seeing this separation that needs to happen. Sometimes you have to let people, places, and things go. Emperor here. Beautiful. 10 of Pentacles. Making that powerful decision here. You have to walk away. 8 of very powerful energy here. This is a broader energy, so if this is really resonating for you, pile 3, just know that this is part of a larger tidal wave of energy that's coming through. I'm seeing those who are in this energy of being ascended, essentially. Being stable, confident, learned, spiritual, are simply walking away and walking towards God, the truth. What's interesting is this isn't even necessarily just emperors in a good energy. We're going to be seeing a trend of emperors in every iteration, good ones and bad ones. I'm seeing walking away from the middle, walking away from the center. So the people that you're leaving behind, the people that other people are leaving behind, I'm seeing a lot of people being left in the center here. Being left in the middle. And emperor energies, intelligent people, forthright people, confident people, loving people, walking away towards the edges here. 2 of Pentacles and the Sun. One thing I will say too, and I think this is channeling for people who you've walked away from or people you're distancing yourself from, there are people who are not being prepared to be walked away from. There are people who think that there's people in their corner who are not in their corner. They may have even sacrificed their relationship with you to follow someone else or to align themselves with someone else. 6 of Cups. With the Hanged Man. 8 of Pentacles. Emptying past relationships, emptying family, friends, loved ones, to put in work on a new cycle here. Waiting for their return. 4 of Pentacles, holding on. With the Page of Swords. And this could be you too. Out of all 3 piles, I feel like this is the one that is lined up more with a broad, sweeping energy. So I feel like you're right here, kind of in the eye of the storm. Think of it as like an energetic tsunami. Or an energetic tornado, right? It goes across the landscape and it touches everything. It pulls everything in. And I feel like you're in that. There's a splitting happening here that has to happen. 2 of Wands. And so you've definitely had to walk away, I'll be honest, from people who are kind of dead weight in your life. There has to kind of be a sorting of the wheat from the chaff here. And all I will say is this: you will know them by their fruit. So this splitting is happening. Parts of humanity are going one way, parts of humanity are going another way. We will see how it turns out. But I feel like you're very firmly in this where you know your path, you know your direction, you know what you do, condone and what you don't, and you're moving forward in that. You're putting in the work towards your cycle. Wheel of Fortune. And people around you are feeling it. There's this continuous splitting that's happening here. I feel like there are people who you're connected to who are on the same path as you. And something about you being on that path with them makes them feel even better about the path that they're going down. And there's people who know that you're walking away from them. Queen of Wands, Nine of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles. But they feel like they're going on the right path. Wheel of Fortune. So we will see. Final cards. And maybe this is why you've had to walk away from people, is because they feel so gung-ho. Three of Cups. Nine of Swords with the Five of Swords. Ace of Wands, Three of Pentacles, and the Seven of Cups. I see why you're walking away from people. I see why you're disconnecting from people. I see why you're letting people go. They're rejoicing in their own destruction. These could be friends or family members who keep going back to that horrible abusive partner. These could be friends or family members that don't want to see reason and will happily follow a liar. Judgment. Just know that you're not alone. Let's get a card for you. We've used most of the deck, but let's get one card. Beautiful. Hermit and the Two of Cups. Keep moving forward. Keep moving with love and kindness and empathy. And I'm sorry. No. The life of a fetus is not more important than the life of a young child being brought over the border. An unborn fetus's life is not more valuable than an LGBTQ child who's homeless on the street because they've been kicked out of the house by their bigoted parents. No, an unborn fetus's life is not more important than the child of a person who is black or brown. You are not moving with love if that is the only thing that you care about. You are not moving with love if you want to separate families. On this channel, I have pretty rarely talked about my own personal political leanings. I feel like it's come out more significantly just because the energy keeps coming back to that. We have started to get more messages that are just about kind of day-to-day life things, and I'm sure those will still come through. But this energy is coming through really, really powerfully for you, Pile 3. So I think this is something that has pretty heavily impacted your life here. And just keep walking with faith. Know that there is a plan here. But out of all three piles, more than anything, I think you've really had to deal with some hardships here when it comes to your connections with other people and how they view you. And you've had to let people go who are convinced that they are right. But just know this will all make sense in the end. You will not be alone. You're making the right decision here. It's a beautiful energy. It's a powerful energy. And yes, you can still care about unborn fetuses, and you can also care about brown and black children in this country or in poor countries. You can care about the homeless. You can care about being good to people. You can care about being kind to people. I feel like pile 3, this is not news to you. But if you feel like there's people in your life who are just still bringing so much conflict and hardship, take your time with it. There's no rush, but keep walking your path. Even if you have to move away, because I don't think you're going to be able to convince some people in your life. They have to learn their own lessons. But yeah, people around you see you as someone, whether they want to admit it or not, you are enlightened, you are loving, but you're focusing on yourself right now. You are walking away from people who do not share the same heart that you do. Don't be afraid. Keep moving forward. You will be richly rewarded for sticking to your morals and sticking to your beliefs, even in the face of those who will happily skip towards their own destruction. It's sad. You can pray for them. If there's anyone that you love or anyone that you care about that you really want to be emancipated from this really dark energy, definitely pray for them. But I think it's time for you to set down your path and let them set down theirs. That's what I have for you, pile 3. Kind of intense energies. Once again, as things progress, I'm hoping that things kind of lighten up a little bit more, but this energy is just dominating. The cards don't really want to talk about much else, and I kind of get it. I think it's on the hearts and the minds of a lot of people in the collective, so I'll just let come through what comes through. But I do hope this resonated for you, pile 3. I hope this was helpful for you. You can feel free to check out one of the other piles if you're curious. You can check out my Patreon for exclusive videos. And of course, you can always book a personal reading with me if you would like me to read the energy in your situation. But thank you so much, pile 3. Once again, until I see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and God bless you.